Okay kids, welcome back to the shop. Today we're back on the vertical slaughter for the milling machine. In the last few videos I wired up the motor. I ended up getting it mounted. Everything was working out pretty good. I did a bench test. Things went really well until oil started pouring out of the bottom. Well guys, we got a problem. If you look down in here, you see right here, that's a hole. And I filled the reservoir up with water. Filled the reservoir up with oil, and oil was leaking out of there. And right here is the fill tube. So, if you see, this mounts to the mill. So you have to fill it from at least here down to here. So if we do a little bit of coming up, it's even with this, I would say, is the fill mark. And look how low it is. So all my oil leaked out. And then the other thing is, because this thing is so heavy and me hee-hawing it around trying to fix things and figure out what's going on, I broke this. So who didn't see that coming? So I don't know if you guys remember when I bought this, the motor wasn't on it, or it wasn't wired. Obviously it didn't have oil in it. Some things seemed a little bit fishy about it, but I did get a good deal. This corrosion issue is concerning to me because it seems like it corroded from the inside out. And if you see right there, that housing has some corrosion on it. So what I end up doing, and I do video it, but I don't show you the footage, is I completely tear this down and inspect that bearing. I was hoping I could get to that area because I thought it might be two pieces of the casting and I could do something different. I have so much video on that there was no way I could post it, and I couldn't even edit it so you guys could see it. If you do want to see it, shoot out a comment. I'll do a Monday montage. What I end up doing is, you see here, I have my Dremel tool. I just clean out those areas. I end up finding a couple more imperfections in the casting. I have the JB Weld epoxy. Now when I start applying it, it actually starts going into the casting, disappearing. So what I do, and you'll see, is I actually tear up some pieces of a rag and coat it into the epoxy and put it in the hole, almost like what you do with fiberglass resin, and it worked out well. Finally, we can get to this mounting point. Now, I already removed these cap screws to get this mounting bracket off, and you see I have to rotate the turret of the mill because this slaughter actually mounts on the back of the mill. And in this section of the video, you see in the background the panel for the three-phase converters in the way, and my DRO is actually right against it. So keep this in mind. I don't have much clearance here. I'm going to have to rotate this thing 90 degrees to actually mount the head. So let's see what we got with this mounting plate. I originally thought that I was going to have to make an adapter plate to go on to this adapter plate, or to directly bolt to the mill. But after looking at this, obviously this was made to mount something to the mill, obviously, right? But if you look on there, this actually has T-slots in it. And so I believe that I'm going to be able to use the mounting bolts for the vertical head. It'll go into those T-slots, and everything should line up. There is a little boss sticking out there. Maybe I just have to machine that down. Let's check it out. We might get lucky.
Okay, guys, don't get too excited, but I did some quick messing around, and the underside of this thing has T-slots. So I threw the bolts in there, and look, they line up. Again, they're T-slots, all right? So again, don't get too excited. Now, this diameter doesn't match this diameter. So now, you see how the T-slots work? Pretty slick. So now what we need to do is take this measurement, head over to the lathe, turn this down, get this to fit, And I'm going to jinx myself. We're going to be golden. This is perfect. With this setup, this slotting tool, I'll be able to rotate it, obviously, and I'm sure that's going to be a great advantage. Don't know what it's going to be yet, but it'll be a great advantage. Okay, here's a little bit better shot at it. You see it came with these square nuts, if you want to call them that. And see, this is slotted, so that's perfect. I hate to say it, but it's almost like it was made for that. I guess they're all kind of the same. So like I said, now what I need to do is get the measurement from the slotter and head to the lathe, get this turned down. Gotta get this clamped in.
Head over to the parts washer and get this thing cleaned up. Now let's take some measurements and crunch some numbers. The mounting bracket is 3.150. The slaughter is 2.986. So that's a difference of 0.164. There is a little bit of slop in there. I'm going to try to add in, but I still want my target to be 2.986. This thing wouldn't fit in my 3-jaw chuck, so I had to center in the 4-jaw. This is the first time I ever did it. It took me a long time, so again, I'm sorry I didn't video it, but I did good. We're ready to go. So I got it all blued up. I have a sanity mark there. So we need to take off just a little bit over 5/32 total. So I'm just going to nibble away at this. Sorry about the camera work here, but don't worry, it'll get better. So this thing is cast iron, so it's not going to throw any chips. As you see, that's almost like dust coming off. Alright, we're almost there. Just have to take a little bit more off. We'll be in good shape. Not too much. Be careful.
Alright, that wasn't making sense. I was getting a little confused. Because remember, I was at 3.045. I took off 40 thousandths. I'm measuring 3.007. So, what, 2 thousandths off. So we're in good shape. So now we need another 12 thousandths. So let's creep up on this thing here. Let's just do 10 thousandths right here. See what we get. Yep. 2.997. Okay, let's do that. We're just taking 10 thousandths at a time. Wow, look at that. 2.986. We needed 2.988. No, actually my target was 2.986. And we are spot on. So let's let's chamfer this, and I think I'm gonna put a little relief back there. I'm probably just going to use a file, clean that up. Now the thing that sucks is this is the 4-jaw chuck. So if I remove this and then it doesn't fit, I'm probably going to have to indicate it again, which is going to take forever, but that's what I'm going to have to do. I just made a little tiny relief there. All right, we're gonna call this good. Let's go see if it fits. Look at that. A little tiny bit of wiggle, but oh, perfect. Okay, now
we're going to end the video here. So I'm sure you guys figured this out by now, but this project has been going on for months. As you can see here, the motor isn't on. So even though this is bits and pieces, I'm getting the videos put together. Please be patient. In the next video, we're finally going to get this thing mounted. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.